Good morning, afternoon, or evening from whenever or wherever you are watching this video from. I am Jack Adamas, back with my Premier League football predictions, episode 24, game week 24. Let's get straight into it. We start game week 24 with the half-12 kickoff on Saturday as Nottingham Forest host Brighton. Now, Nottingham Forest come into this game and they did lose their first game in 9 matches last weekend as they did get hammered 5-0 away to Bournemouth. But they will be hoping that's just a minor blip as they still find themselves in the top 4. Brighton currently sit 9th in the Premier League table and they do have as many losses to their name this season as Nottingham Forest. So they do need to start turning some of those draws into wins if they are serious about pushing for those European spaces. Nottingham Forest have won 4 of their last 5 home Premier League matches by a 1-goal margin. I don't think it'll be the same this time round though, as I can see this one ending in a high-scoring 2-2 draw. Moving on to the 3 o'clock kickoffs where we start with Bournemouth at home to Liverpool. Now, Bournemouth are flying high at the moment and they are on an 11-game league unbeaten run, and they know that if they get a victory here, they could end this game week in the top 4. Liverpool are also flying high, but they did suffer only their 3rd defeat in 35 matches so far this season, in a rare defeat to PSV midweek in the Champions League, although that was a much changed Liverpool side. So they have lost 3 games this season, 2 of those being in cup competition, so they've only still lost once in the Premier League this campaign. Bournemouth have scored 5 goals in their last 2 consecutive home matches. I don't think they'll score here though, as a much fresher Liverpool side will win here in a 2-0 victory. Moving on, we have Everton at home to Leicester. David Moyes has brought a new manager bounce into the Everton side as they have now won back-to-back games in the Premier League, which leaves them 7 points ahead of the drop zone. Leicester were on a 7-game league losing streak before last weekend where they turned it round in the second half to beat Tottenham 2-1, which now leaves them outside of the relegation zone. The last time Leicester did win back-to-back Premier League away games, that included a win away to Everton in that time. I don't think they'll get the victory here though, as I can see Everton winning here 2-0. Next up, we have 19th vs 20th as Ipswich host Southampton. Ipswich will be looking to get a victory here as they know if they do so, they could end this round of fixtures outside of the drop zone. Unfortunately for them though, and a concern for them, they have conceded 12 goals in their last 3 Premier League matches. Southampton are in danger of breaking Derby's record of the lowest points accumulated in a single Premier League season, and it will be games like this where they need to pick up points if they don't want to get that bit of unwanted history. Ipswich have failed to score in 50% of their 12 home games this season. I do think they'll score in this one though. I think they'll score twice in a 2-1 victory. And for the last 3 o'clock kickoff, we travel to St James's Park as Newcastle play Fulham. Newcastle find themselves joint 4th in the Premier League table, and they have only tasted defeat once in their last 11 matches, the other 10 games being a victory for themselves. However, that defeat did come in their last home match. Fulham currently sit 10th in the Premier League table, and they look like one of the few sides that aren't pushing for Europe, but they won't be pulled into that relegation scrap. However, if they could string a couple victories together starting here, they could easily push for the European spaces. Fulham will be looking to do the league double over Newcastle for the first time since the 2008-2009 season. I don't think they will though, as I can see Newcastle winning here in a hard-fought 2-1 victory. And for the 5:30 kickoff on Saturday, we have Wolves at home to Aston Villa. Wolves started off life under Pereira very well with 2 wins and a draw in his first 3 matches. However, since then he's gone on to lose 4 games on the bounce. They have also conceded 52 goals so far this season, which is the most they've conceded at this point of a season since the 1932-33 season. Villa secured that all-important top 8 position in the Champions League midweek by beating Celtic. However, in regards to the Premier League, they are the only team in the top half of the table with a minus goal difference. Villa haven't lost a game in a team sitting in the bottom 3 of playing them under Unai Emery in his 18 games so far in charge, with 13 wins and 5 draws. I think that'll be 19 come full time, as I think Aston Villa will win here in a 3-1 away victory. Moving on to Sunday at 2 p.m, we have the London derby between Brentford and Tottenham. Brentford did end a 5-game winless run in London derbies last weekend by beating Crystal Palace away from home. However, they have lost 4 and drawn 1 of their last 5 games at home in all competitions. Tottenham are on a weird run at the moment, and they do have 5 wins to their name in their last 12 matches in all competitions. However, all 5 of those games did come in cup competitions. In regards to the Premier League, they are winless in the Premier League since mid-December. Spurs have lost 6 of their last 7 Premier League matches. I think they'll lose again here, as I can see Brentford winning here 2-1. Also at 2 p.m. on Sunday, we have Manchester United at home to Crystal Palace. Manchester United did win in the Europa League midweek, which now means they've won 3 games on the bounce for the first time this season, and also in doing so, they have secured a last 16 place in the Europa League. Crystal Palace last weekend did suffer their first defeat in 7 matches. However, on the road, they have got a very good away record, where they've only lost 1 of their last 9 games in all competitions away from home. Manchester United have failed to score in the first half of 17 of their 23 games so far this season in the Premier League. I think it'll be a similar story here, with it being 0-0 at half time, but the game finishing in a 1-1 draw. Moving on to the 4:30 kickoff, which is game of the weekend. It is second vs fourth in the Premier League as Arsenal host Man City. Arsenal currently sit 6 points behind top spot Liverpool, but they also sit 6 points clear of Man City, who sit in fourth. This is going to be a hard test for Arsenal this weekend, as they are on a 13 Premier League game unbeaten run, and they have picked up a possible 29 points out of a possible 36 in their last 12 Premier League matches. City, who are currently going through a crisis, if they do get the victory here, they will only be 3 points behind Arsenal in second place, which sounds crazy when you say it out loud, considering the results that we've seen Man City getting lately. Man City are winless against Arsenal in the last 3 head-to-heads between the two sides. I do think Man City will make Arsenal taste defeat for the first time this season on home soil though, as I can see Man City winning here in a 2-1 victory. And to round out Game Week 24 on Monday at 8 PM, we have the London derby between Chelsea and West Ham. Chelsea's form is up and down at the moment, as they have only registered 1 victory in their last 7 matches. They were sitting comfortably in the top 4, but now they look like they might not even get the European spaces at all if they don't get a victory here. Graham Potter will return to Stamford Bridge, and he will be looking to get one over on his former employees. However, former coaches that return to Stamford Bridge in the away dugout don't have the best of records, as they have only got 1 victory in their last 22 attempts. Chelsea have won the last 2 head-to-heads between these two sides, scoring 8 goals and keeping 2 clean sheets. I think one thing will continue and one thing won't. I think they'll win here, but I think they won't keep a clean sheet, as I reckon they'll win here in a 3-1 victory. And for my extra game this weekend, it is on Sunday at 7:45 PM. It is in Ligue 1 as second place 6th as Marseille hosts Lyon. Marseille find themselves second in the league table, but that is largely down to their away form, as their home form is pretty poor this season. This will be Paulo Fonseca's first game in charge of Lyon, but I don't think it'll be a good welcome for him though, as I can see Marseille winning here in a high-scoring 3-2 win. Thank you very much if you are still here at the end of my video. I really do appreciate the love and support I've been getting from you guys. Please do continue to like, share, follow, but most importantly, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Have a good weekend, guys, and remember, if you don't shoot, you can't score. Bye, guys. Have a good weekend.